Hi everyone.
Range.
Hi.
Welcome to the what are we called again?
VGM Vinyl for All podcast. I don't know.
Gossip Hour.
Gossip out.
Welcome to the third podcast. We have a couple subjects to talk about today.
Yep.
Yo. I felt like we weren't going to have anything to talk about all week.
I know, and then
I was expecting
last
just an
Thursday,
hour of user questions.
I know, and we just got slammed today, and I think it goes without saying the thing we need to talk about right away is cake or pie.
Absolutely.
Right. Contentious. It's a contentious conversation.
I don't like
Yeah.
cake and I don't like pie, but I do say technically cake is in the word ice cream cake, and I like that.
I like ice cream cake. for
Chocolate
sure.
ice cream cake or vanilla.
I'm a vanilla bitch, so I'll take that.
Question is there a difference if you order cake and pie and it doesn't get delivered? Is it all just as bad?
Probably.
Yes.
I think that's at the
Yes.
heart of the issue here.
I love cake. I love
I'd be
pie.
so pissed.
I feel like I'd take pie over cake if I had to choose between the two.
Pie seems more like special occasion
Yeah.
to me. Like a birthday, you have a nice pie rather than a cake, but like I don't know.
I'll go out of my
Small
way for
victories.
pumpkin pie, at least.
Or just like a crisp or a crisp fall here, crumble cake. I guess that's kind of a cake, huh?
Yeah.
Not really that big a fan of apple pie.
Not very
I'd
American.
take some apple pie. This is perfect. Hey Jake, this is Jake. He's one of the viewers. Cake or pie?
Hey, personally for me, I'm gonna say pie.
Okay.
I do love a good cheesecake, but I think pie's more.
Cheesecake. I didn't even put that into the equation.
No, I didn't. Someone on Twitch mentioned it, and so after that, now it has me second guessing because I do love the Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah. I mean,
Cheesecake
it's a whole
is
factory,
undisputed.
so
It's a whole factory of them.
and they're just making those cheesecakes. So there's no pie factory.
No.
You're that's true.
And there may be good reason.
Huh. You've turned the whole question on its head.
I'm sorry for doing that.
What's your favorite kind of ice cream?
Oh man. I'm gonna have to say Ben and Jerry's Americone Dream.
Okay.
It's
Is that the one with
Is that
Colbert
some-
on it?
yeah,
Colbert
it is.
flavor.
That gets those extra
That's
points.
the good one.
Yeah.
It's so good. They got the cone. It's like a waffle cone dipped in chocolate.
Oh yeah.
In like the caramel ice cream. Oh man, it's Ben and Jerry's knocks it out of the park every time.
Like it's a very fatherly flavor. It's like Cherry Garcia was once the fatherly flavor, and now you have your American dreams as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad used to order Cherry Garcia. That's really funny that you said that.
This pick
The
cross
dad's
is looking
ice
like
cream.
Among Us, by the way.
Oh, I forgot people are talking in Twitch. I've been looking at the discussion on the Discord. I was like,
Don't tell
nothing's
them.
going on here.
Yeah.
Don't tell them we're ignoring them.
It's
I
over.
see.
Everyone's been listening. They're in the Twitch chat. All right.
Yeah, oh, I see a core brownie batter. That's another good one. That one's crazy because it has that like crust in the middle of it. That brownie shell.
Tube.
It's a good one. Yeah.
All right. Thank you for joining us on at least this question.
Yeah,
Jake.
thanks for having me.
It might take you back whenever we're talking about some other much less important things that have been going on.
That's very fair. All right.
All right.
So I'll see y'all later.
See you, Jake.
We
All
want to
right.
drag one more person in for cake or pie,
Absolutely.
or
you pick this time.
okay. I haven't heard from Tyler in a while, so I'm dragging him in.
Hey, Tyler.
Hey.
What can you tell us
I'm
about?
definitely more of a pie guy.
Pie guy.
Yeah, like a crisp like apple pie with the crumble on top is like top tier. If someone was to give me just like any cake, I'd be like, that's fine, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's just like I crave apple pie. I don't crave cake. Ice cream cake's cool though.
Does
Yeah.
cheesecake tickle you as an exception, or is that no exception?
I'm lactose intolerant, so cheesecake is
not
like
stop
pure
me.
pain.
Yeah, sometimes you just don't do it.
I don't think there's ever been a flavor I've had of cheesecake where I'm like, yeah, worth it. I'll eat it, and I'm like, yeah,
I'll tell that cheesecake
Alright.
to destroy me. I don't give a fuck.
yeah, not for me.
No, not. We live different lives.
We're not the same man.
Yeah, I'm from the Midwest. You can't be lactose intolerant over here.
No,
I
East
believe
Everything's
Coast is
cheese.
very cheeseless and milkless. I've drank 2% my entire life, which is like chalk water. So,
Dude, for real, at a birthday party when I was a little kid, I had to have been like 5. We were at a sleepover, and the mom gave us 2% milk, and I only have whole milk. And I was convinced that she poured water in my milk, and I was like so mad and like yelling at her and like crying that she ruined my cereal with her
my.
stupid ass milk water.
I didn't know that there was like that big of a difference until I hit college, because I always had 2% at home. I went there and they had a like milk for cereal and coffee and shit, and I picked whole milk because I'd never had it, and I was like, Jesus, this is so different. Life is renewed, I guess.
I was raised a certified soy boy. Now
Oh.
a
Soy milk's good
reformed
though.
Very
soy
impressive.
they them. But
Soy kicks ass. I like soy milk.
Yeah.
Almond milk is also good though.
Come off the podcast. No soy here.
yeah, no, I'm fixed now. I'll know better.
Drinking your whole milk now. Certified
No, that's a lie.
soy
I drink like flax milk now.
Never had
Can't-
that before.
Can't deceive the fans.
No real milk. I'll take whatever I can get.
It's fair.
Mommy milky only.
Haven't had to edit a podcast till now.
That can't be true.
I haven't yet.
I know what we talk about.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh, also, I did want to interject that Cherry Garcia I still think is the dad flavor. It's every time I talk to someone's father, they're like, "Yeah, Cherry Garcia is my favorite." But American Dream could be the new generation.
I appreciate you reinforcing my
Right.
beliefs.
Twitch chat. Can you confirm or deny? Yes or no? Is Cherry Garcia the dad flavor?
I saw a couple yeses already,
Okay.
and we got one from Pico as well. I
Right.
believe. Look at Pico just killing in that game.
Yeah,
I think it may be that American Dream is like the millennial dad flavor.
Yeah. That would make sense. Hey, it's okay to be a dad.
It was very in like a couple years ago.
They make hats for them now.
Yeah, the whole genre.
They made it exclusively for fathers.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
Well, thank you for joining us with this discussion of
Oh, no problem.
what was it, pie or cake?
Fire cake. Some hard-hitting facts.
Yeah, we might have you back in whenever we're talking about whatever it is we're gonna talk about. But
Oh boy.
thank you.
Thanks for having me. See ya.
See ya.
All right.
He
So
was-
should we get? Oh, I'm sorry.
His name is Ass Helmet Coffee, and that's what shows up.
Yeah, there's no context for
No.
what the ass names
That's
are.
fine.
That'd take a second for me to process.
Simon Pico's over here as Ghost Frog Ass.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you were absent that entire day.
I like ass.
We are huge proponents of ass in this podcast.
But this isn't a podcast about cake or pie. It's a podcast about video game vinyl. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Debatably.
Yeah. So
What are we
I did
talking
some
about?
googling. After some help on Maine. I found out how to start a bootleg label, so I'm gonna start a bootleg label.
Okay.
What are you
And
gonna call it?
I don't know. I don't know yet, but I've already got all my dibs lined up. You want to hear my dibs?
Yes.
So anyone else who's doing these dibs, don't support them, call them out, dox them, do whatever it takes, because I called them first. So yeah, so I got Star Fox 64, I got Star Fox 2, I got Mario Galaxy 2,
Okay.
I got Mario Kart Wii, I got Ninja Gaiden Black, I got Beyond Good and Evil, I got The Simpsons Hit and Run,
Yeah.
I got Echo Chrome, I got The
Okay.
Witness, I got Body Harvest,
Okay,
I got
yeah.
Sin and Punishment,
Okay.
I got Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver,
Okay.
I got
Makes
Valkyrie
sense.
Profile,
Yeah.
Boy and His Blob,
That's a
Wii
good one.
version,
Oh wow. Yeah.
Lufia and the
Exclusive.
Fortress of Doom,
I don't know what that
Lufia
is.
2,
But
Rise
yeah.
of the Sinistros.
Oh, that one's cool.
Yeah, Blades of Steel,
Oh yeah.
Pinball Quest, Little Samson, Little Nemo Dream Master, Little Ninja Brothers, Stuart Little 2 for the PS1.
Fuck yes. So many people have been asking for that one.
Yeah, Bushido Blade,
That's like a
Soul
lot
Edge,
of titles.
It's
Like,
the
how long
Choo
did
Rocket.
your label to
It's
be
the
alive?
Barbie
Resonance
horse
of
adventure of our generation. I would
Ultimate
say.
Muscle, and Pac-Man 2: The New Adventures. So
What's the theme? What's the theme that you're going for?
as much
Video
as much as
games.
possible.
Gotta love to see it.
I didn't hear anything about Red Steel in there. So
Because that you got to do that.
Is that the one with the sword? That game
Yeah.
rocked.
yeah, that's like that
It
Wii
was
game,
supposed to like
Oh yeah.
show the Wii mode in all its glory.
and it just was terrible.
Well, I thought it rocked. Maybe I remember.
It was
Terribly
a good game, but
awesome.
the Wii mode didn't work.
Right. So, speaking
But really, I
of
don't-
dibs,
Yeah, I don't think you should dibs things unless you're already like in the pre-production process of things. And I think that can be a really big problem.
it just feels like you're putting yourself in front of the line to make sure
Mhm.
this is what I want to do.
That you
Mhm.
can print,
But there's
print your
no
money the
way.
quickest.
Yeah. There's no wait, and I feel like if you're
Mhm.
gonna try to say dibs this, I'm making this.
Mm-hmm.
There needs to be quality there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think you
To
should be
back it
ready to source or master it when you call dibs for it.
Absolutely.
I gotta ask, what was that you just drew in Picross, Pico? Was that a shoe?
I think it was a high heel.
Hell yeah.
I do believe it was a high heel.
This is like the wrong game to play. I cannot like think and talk at the same time. I'm like counting so many numbers in my head.
It's
And like
still
trying to
a-
like do this fast. It's terrible. I
it's
should
still
really
a
like
test
just slow down and
podcast. It's
cruise.
fine. We're always testing the podcast and making things work out right. Let us
Mhm.
know how we're doing in the chats, and remember to give us a follow and hit the bell and send your PayPal information and just do whatever you can to make it go great. Have you guys heard about Wind Waker?
I have heard about Wind Waker. Have you ever heard of Wind Waker?
Loaded question.
Wind Waker HD. I got some Wind Waker amiibos.
Okay.
Which Wind Waker are we talking about?
We're talking about something called the Wind Odyssey, because there's been a little bit, just a small amount of chatter about it in the scene, especially today. I've heard like
Mhm.
one or two people talking about this.
So I will admit I haven't listened to my copy of the Wind Odyssey in about a year, and so I don't remember how it sounds.
Original pressing, it sounds like.
Yeah, and I'm so
yeah,
curious to listen to it when I get the chance.
I've been waiting 5 months to give it a listen, and I still don't have it. It's lost in
It's
the
a long
mail.
time.
sometimes you send the tracking and you forget to track it, and
Mm-hmm.
you just don't send them. It's just a shame that so much had to happen today
Mm-hmm.
with so little. There was just no effort put forward to prevent this from happening. For anyone who's not in the know, which would be hard if you're probably listening to this,
Mm-hmm.
there is a Wind Waker vinyl boot. There's some issues with it, and it's been repressed 3 times now.
Pressed 3 times,
Okay.
repressed twice.
Okay,
I
right.
believe.
Yeah.
And the repress has taken. It was said to be in hand back in, what was that?
April.
April?
April 14th, I think, was the sale date.
Okay. There was a sale then, said it was in hand. Lots of people bought it, and then there was another one, maybe a month later, of the 3rd press that was a red color. That one was also said to be in hand, and people are just now getting them.
Mhm.
And they're finding out none of the issues that they said would be fixed were fixed, and it's somehow even worse now.
Yeah, that's the surprising part for me. Well, 2 things are surprising. It seemed like the gold and the red got into people's hands at the same time.
Right.
And so were those actually separate presses, or are they just 2 separate colors of the same press?
That's a
I don't
Separate
think
colors
anyone.
of the same press,
yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
but they were proposed as separate pressings, I believe. But
I
yes,
see.
it's hard to believe they were separate. Though also, it's been quite a few months, so who knows?
Mhm.
Maybe
I
that's
just think
part of
with
the
pressing
delay.
wait times, there's no way he like had them do one pressing for 1 month and then 2 months later got another pressing. They just did them all at the same time.
Yeah,
Some Metal Egg
2
in the
different
chat
colors.
says, I thought all golds were rejects. No. Rejects were
You're a
sold
reject.
with both the gold and red ones, but there was also just standard quote unquote good ones. And people are finding there's just a ton of crackling, tons of sound. One person's copy would skip itself right back into a loop and was basically
Oh
unplayable.
my god.
I guess the bigger question here is like, should boot rules protect shitty labels? Like, no one wants to dox a label just because it's bad for all labels. But at like what point do you bring it to light that a label is so fucking shitty?
all right, and we've seen that come to that point with labels
Select
in the
Star.
past. Select Star and others, more
Yeah.
like dubious labels with their ongoings, not as much related to the music. But at a certain point, there is
Whenever it affects the public and the idea of people immediately are trying to trade these off. And
Mhm.
it's
Right.
easy to tell people that I'm giving you a Wind Waker boot. Give me something cool for it without knowing this sounds like garbage. So
And it looks gorgeous. Like,
Yeah.
pictures make it look really nice.
They do.
yeah,
I'm curious to what degree it was the variant itself. Like, if we'll find that the gold was generally worse. I've seen a lot that like sort of metallic variants or variants with like glitter or like that glisten,
True.
such as the gold one, can sound worse
Glow in the
quite
dark as
frequently.
well.
Yeah, glow in the dark's another one that's
Yeah.
notoriously like awful. Like it to the same tier as like bad picture discs, where it's just like
someone in the
you wouldn't
chat
even listen to it.
said a good thing. I think when the shitty label is starting to give the community a bad name, that's
Yeah.
a pretty good way to put it.
Well, I mean, anti-booters definitely have ammunition with
Right.
Mhm.
anything that label has put out.
Just low effort, and it sucks because so many people want to believe in it because it's it's a bunch of games that people love, and you want
Oh,
to
that's-
see everything succeed, but it gets
That's
to a
the
point.
issue with it. That's the
Right,
issue with it
that's
as
a
well,
big
though.
issue.
It's an easy. If it was a, some tiny game, like some random tiny games that were just like little passion projects, like a
Mhm.
lot of stuff that gets done in this community, where like probably truthfully like 5% of the customer base knew what the game was before they purchased it.
Yeah.
If it's that, then it's just like, well, like it sucks, but people aren't going to get as like manipulated into purchasing it or trading for it or what have
Yeah.
you. But when it's Nintendo properties of essentially any caliber, like it's going to happen.
It's
and people
free
are gonna,
money.
Yeah, and they're going to sell no matter what, and you're going to get people wanting them no matter what. So
And I think. Oh, I'm sorry. So
no, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, and I think all of this brings to light, like, why you really shouldn't go into repressing things in the first place. Like, if there were issues at state with the Wind Odyssey in its first place, like, just you learn from those mistakes and move on. Don't like visit them again. And if someone wants it bad enough, I don't know, maybe some people have different opinions, but like I think the more people like booting a record that is popular as well, like the better, because that just means more people can get them in their hands. Like, I'm not mad about the PSC Kirby's Adventure,
Yeah.
but because a lot more people have them now, and that's good enough for a lot of the community,
Right.
not all of the community.
And it's done well enough, and it makes it accessible. So
Yeah.
it's not embarrassing, I guess. It is what it kind of goes back to. It's not necessarily that ammo for anti-booters.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly think who cares?
Yeah.
I don't know why a label would I'm actually totally against represses. I think it pushes so many copies into the aftermarket, and I don't
Mhm.
understand why not just move on from it. You
Yeah.
pressed it already. Who literally cares about half of your fan base anyways? Like, who cares that they don't have it? They'll get it or they won't get it. But I think caring that much that you repress it to the point where you push so many copies into the secondary market that it's not worth it.
Mm-hmm.
I have that issue with variants too. If you're a label, you can't be mad at people scalping your stuff if you have a two
Two-person
limit.
limit.
You're
Yeah.
allowing people to buy two. You're selling two variants of it. Like, you're literally asking for it to land on the second market.
Yeah, because
I don't get the repress thing at all.
no one
Unless there was an
necessarily
issue
needs
with
to.
the first one and you fix it, then
Well, we thought that was going to happen here.
Yeah,
That
that
was
is
a
a part
big
of the
part of it.
conversation.
I mean, yeah. If that was the case, like, it should have been like a total remastering from like getting new plates
Yeah,
for the
that would have been appropriate.
plant
For
and
sure.
everything.
Let's go ahead and pull in someone from the waiting room. Alex, can you pick someone to hop in with this conversation?
Yeah, Oofy. I'm gonna choose Oofy.
Hi, Oofy.
Hi. You can unmute your microphone. Oh, never mind.
Oofy's got no mic. We are back to the waiting room. Thank you, Oofy.
Kimberly, I'll bring Kimberly in.
Let's hear from Kimberly. Hi, Kim.
Hey there.
What's up?
What
Can you hear
what
me?
is what
Yes.
has been your take
Okay.
from everything and today and this general drama?
Well, I was never I didn't get Wind Waker, but nor was I involved in the whole hubbub. But
Yeah.
I think it's generally shitty. Especially seeing everybody's clips with their records.
Yeah.
Especially Carrie's, who skipped through the first track in 2 seconds.
It took a shortcut to the next track.
Yeah.
Use one of those
It was speed running.
transfer grooves.
Speed
Oh
running.
my god. Yeah, that was really bad. And then having it posted on main, I think, helped some people be like, "Oh, hey, me too."
Yeah.
That kind of shit.
It opened that door of people being like, "Wait, it's not just me."
Yeah.
And it helped with people being like, wait, I shouldn't be trading my best record for this Zelda record?
I mentioned it earlier in Trash Shitty and in the chat here. Before I knew about the quality issues, I had it on my list, and somebody had messaged me because I was offering some retro games for trade, and they looked through my trade list, and not my trade list, and one of my GameCube player and disc
Oh.
for a Wind Waker, which those last I checked were like over $100, I think maybe.
For
I don't
sure.
know
The player
I don't
and
know
the
the price. Yeah, player and disc.
We have
I
they're
was
we
like
have
like,
this.
150. It's crazy right now.
Yeah.
The players are they go on the bottom, right? There's like that
Right.
little,
Yeah.
like extension.
Yeah, it's that like
essentially.
extension box, and then you put in your disc, and then your Game Boy game of your choosing.
That was
And I
rough.
was like, that's not on my trade list. And he's like, well, I think it's a good trade for Wind Waker. And I'm like, I don't think so.
Yikes.
Ivy League Moons in chat brought up a good thing we didn't mention. He's talking about doing another pressing of
Oh,
the
that's
same
right.
thing. He's saying it's free,
I'm giving it for free, yeah.
and he's gonna replace them all.
I think it would be best for all parties involved if we ignored any claims like that for now,
I know.
because I think there's no way in the world that is going to happen.
Especially with pressing times right now.
And also monetary concerns, like where are you going to get that money?
Right.
Yeah.
That's not
Which will
cheap.
be
From you guys, from the
pre-orders.
customers.
Yeah. We pre-ordered
Yeah,
other
pre-order.
pre-orders.
The
Like-
dibs list is gonna fund that free Wind Waker.
The pre-orders dib list?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and this repress cost 10 more, was it pounds or was that euros?
Euros, and yeah, I think it
Yeah.
was like flavor 10 more,
'Cause-
which is wild because the plates already
Mhm.
exist, and
Right.
Yeah.
you know everything's already, presumably the mastering's already done. The art commission's already done.
What mastering?
Yeah, presumably. Big emphasis on that. Yeah, that was one of the most sort of shocking parts once I thought about it, was that it cost more than the original.
Yeah. Because it
pressing,
costs,
and I was like, damn, that's fucked up.
Like, if
That's
you were
really
buying,
fucked up.
to put it into perspective, it costs about $65 shipped to come to the US for a 1 LP.
One LP.
Yeah.
The dibs
When-
the dibs list was a bunch of games he was claiming he was going to do, and if anyone mentioned they were going to do it, he'd get upset.
Oh,
No.
really?
Like weirdly territorial. It actually
Yes.
was weird to see.
And that's kind of why
Interesting.
it's brought up, because it didn't mean a lot, but you'd see him kind of get upset.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know there was brief talk about it today, about the other one that is next on his list, but I don't know how he's gonna do that one.
Hey, same answer as before.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
No, yeah, but I just feel like a lot of it was discussed today again in trash, but I feel like somebody's gonna do it out of spite, like a Wind Waker
Yeah.
or his other dibs in general.
I totally think that. I think everybody's gonna hit his hit list, and I think you're gonna have a lot of support from other people because everybody hates him.
And they're
And,
going
like,
to
someone
knock
will be
it
like,
out
I'll
of the
help
park.
you on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're like, you want to do that? I'll master it right away. Get it to the press right now. Like
Can't-
seriously, like
cancel
artists
my
are
other
gonna jump
projects.
at that. Like
Yeah.
we can crush this label. Like I could be a part of an actually good Wind Waker. Like my Double Dash won't suck ass. I'll jump at it.
Yeah, I was telling people, I was like, hey, I'll do some embroidery for covers. I don't
Yeah.
care as long as it's good.
That would be a neat concept for a cover.
Yeah.
Definitely different as
Somebody-
opposed to tracing key
Somebody's
art.
saying- oh yeah, somebody's saying Animal Crossing would be good, which I highly agree with.
I
Oh,
once
cool.
embroidered on a moleskin that was cardboard a cover, like
What?
paper
Yeah.
cashier ones. I wonder if you could actually do like a cardboard cover or a blank cover and just embroider right onto the cardboard.
Shit, that would take so long.
I was thinking
I've-
about that
It'd be
today
super
too.
cool,
I
right?
think because of
I've got
What he said.
I might post it in stream chat later after this, but I've got a giant embroidery I'm doing of Yoshi's Island, and it's taken me 2 years. It's
Oh my
That
god.
sounds
ridiculous
about
how
right.
much of this stuff.
Yeah.
How big
It-
is it?
It's shit. Let me
Or is it
look.
just very intricate?
It's intricate. I have it's right next to me because I'm at my art desk, but it's 43,000 stitches,
Oh god.
Oh
and
my
there are
God.
56 colors, and none of the colors are usually by each other.
Ah, it's so. Oh my God.
And it's impossibly intricate, but it's honestly extremely fun.
Yeah. I've done cross stitching, and it's definitely a process.
I feel like cross stitching is way harder than embroidery.
Yeah. It feels more time consuming. It would be my guess, at least,
Because you have
in
to
comparison.
count motifs
Yeah.
and all that fun stuff. With embroidery, you can half-ass some stuff.
Yeah. You can make it work.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you for joining us on this
Of
part.
course.
Yeah.
Cameron.
And talking about
Yeah,
my old
appreciate
lady hobbies.
We love to hear about it. And we made it work within the topic, so
Hey,
even better.
Pico's playing like the
Yeah.
cross stitch version
I
of
know.
yeah.
I just
video
realized
games.
that.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Perfect
if
So
anybody
guess.
exactly.
wants anybody wants some covers at a cross stitch or embroidery, here I be.
We got
and I am
someone
ready-
here. Yeah.
I am ready for a GameCube boot group.
Aren't we all? All
So,
right.
thank
Thank you, Kim.
Bye.
Okay.
Hey.
Hey. I'd like to thank this week's sponsor with the help
Oh,
of
yeah?
Trainta. Trainta, can you tell us a little about this sponsor? I pulled you in. Hey, your mic's muted. Trainta. Every time
Can
with
we
this guy.
unmute?
Every time. Amateur hour. I'm sorry, everyone. Trainta just ruins everything. Trainta made this cool image. This week's sponsor's Kramer. Share boots. Share boots again.
Share boots again.
So thank you, Kramer. Thank you, Trainta. Let's hear from someone else about what's going on today. Can someone pick someone to bring in?
I feel like I've been picking a lot of people, so
Okay.
I'll let someone else
Aramis,
get
please
the
bring
dibs.
someone in from our
Absolutely.
waiting room.
Absolutely.
Just bring Trainta in again.
I don't know if I can deal with that amateur right now. I just
Okay.
if you want to
Joey
bring
in
him in, go ahead. But oh, okay, we're safe.
Got a mic, my friend.
Oh, wow. Hello.
Hey there.
Hey,
Hello.
Joey.
I had to mute the stream so I could hear everybody in
Right.
time. Yeah, what a day it has been.
Have you caught up yet?
I did get caught up. I got caught up maybe like 5 minutes before we all dropped down to waiting room.
I wanted the perspective of someone who had been speedrunning today's drama, because most of us were just stewing in it all day, and you got that nice fresh roll
Yeah.
through.
It was absolutely a journey. So I saw somebody ask, was today the busiest trash the city has ever been? And I do believe it has been because
I think so.
well, actually, I
There's
would
been
believe
some
it
busy
is.
days.
There's been busy
Yeah.
days, but this might be. It's been busy throughout the entire
Yeah.
day until the evening.
It's like when there's an earthquake and all the tidal waves start hitting, and it's like they just keep coming and coming and coming. That's what this has been like.
Yeah.
Definitely the longest day that I worked during the day that I had to catch up on.
Yeah.
By far.
So many people in the chats are just like, I have gotten nothing done today, and I strongly feel that.
I feel bad for work from home for today
Yeah.
because boy howdy, that tab would be open all day long. I would be doing no actual work.
I was browsing it on my work computer and my phone at the same time.
Opening new tabs.
Yeah, yes, definitely that.
That's what I was doing while I was catching up. I had to make sure I didn't lose my space when I was rereading everything.
Yeah, it was so. I'm pretty sure I've missed parts because of how busy it was.
Oh yeah.
But it was fun to. I would like, but there were probably 6 or 7 people in voice chat. And I was, oh yeah, I'm catching up on today, and they're like, oh, did you see this happen? And they were like spoiling things that were coming up later, and I was like, oh, I can't wait
Not
to get
there yet.
there.
No
it
spoilers.
was yeah. I described it as like getting spoilers for a movie you don't care about, but the spoilers are really good, so it makes you want to get there.
Did you by any chance have this release?
I do have this release, and I hadn't had a chance to spin. I did spin side A of one of my gold non-reject
Okay.
for like maybe 10 minutes while I was making food when I got home.
Can I ask, can you confirm that it's a non-reject?
Yes, I can. Yeah, it came. Yeah, I can confirm because it came out of a white sleeve, not a black sleeve, and
Certified
it was
non-rejected.
yeah, it absolutely certified non-reject.
It may have been wrong, but I thought someone said that they only ordered a non-reject, but they pulled. Theirs came in a black sleeve. That may have just been my brain twisting.
It's just who
I mean,
knows anymore.
Right, given what we got, it wouldn't
I'll
be
listen to
surprising.
my rejects, and they'll just be the same. Like I'm expecting the same from all of the ones I got in today. But yeah, within the first, first 5 seconds of whatever track 1 is, I can't remember even because it was the amount of static on it. Like I have kind of a bad record player. It's nothing too crazy. It's not a fucking
Crosley.
It's not a Crosley.
Not quite.
Don't lie.
Yeah, I promise you. I wouldn't be caught dead with that. I'm not that embarrassed to post what my record player is on my stories, so that's fine. But I'm
Everybody
looking.
started with a Crosley at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I looked for footage of me playing my Mega Man best of 1 through 10 on my Crosley because I have a video of it archived on my Instagram. But I found me playing Akira Symphonic Suite, and I found me playing Pizza Underground, that Record Store Day release from like 2014 or something, on my Crosley. I need to screen record and find a way to get like just the video of that. But yeah, within the first like 5 seconds, it's the loudest static I have on any record.
Yeah.
Like, it is just, it's so sad. I really wanted it to be good.
Yeah.
We all wanted it
right.
to be good.
And
the
so many
Wind
people
Waker was
thought,
my first big one.
Yeah, so many people were like, "Oh, I'm finally getting this thing. I've held off." But
That was
I'm
one of
able
the
to get
first
it.
boots I ever saw. Joining the group, I think Wind Waker was the first actual boot that I saw. I was like, oh, someone made a Wind Waker? That's awesome.
Yeah.
I put out an ISO for that thing.
I feel like that was a lot like our lovely admin John. That's what got him into the whole scene.
Is that his Joker origin story too?
I think so.
I think I got Wind Waker and A Link to the Past in a bundle sale for like $140 or something like that, which I'm so like which now in retrospect, like that's $130 for Link to the Past and $10 for Wind Waker.
The shipping costs, which is still not an absurd price.
No,
to see the market wise.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was. I'd say my favorite part was definitely because Jake joined and immediately went on cam, and so I turned on my cam too. So I had a couple people that like it was awesome to see your like facial responses to certain things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And just there were I was just, like just slapping my face like there's no way I'm reading these words on my screen right now. There's no way that certain people never learn. Yeah, it was definitely a fun day. I'm glad that nothing like dangerous, I guess, happened. Like it's not like when we found out Link Between Worlds, like that. That's a legitimate call, like a very
Yeah.
much a cause for concern. This is
Absolutely.
just a fucking piece of shit.
So, I real quick, I'm gonna bring in Duck Bits because he listened to both the reject and the normal pressing. So I'm very curious to hear about the difference between the two.
This will be Duckbit's voice reveal for me, at least.
Hey, Duck Bits.
You gotta
Oh,
mute.
He doesn't have a mic.
He has a
No.
mic.
You can hear me, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Let
So
me just turn this down.
sure.
So what do you want to know?
I wanted to hear because someone was asking what's the difference between the rejects and the non-rejects, and you said you listened to both of them. So
Oh, I have not listened to the
Okay.
reject. I would not put that on my table, but I have
Okay.
listened to the original blue, the
Yeah.
new yellow, and the red.
Okay. So you have listened to then just about every variant that there was.
Yeah, the thing with the rejected yellow, right?
Mm-hmm.
As I believe he meant it. He was never supposed to fix the off-center issue. But when he made the first yellow one, they may have tried to offset it manually and made it worse.
Oh.
It being rejected. And then what he says that has been fixed, he means it is now back to status quo of the blue one with being somewhat off-center.
Oh. I see where that communication got lost there.
Yeah,
And that makes a
I
bit more
have-
sense.
I have spoken to him before. I have offered my help to translate a little bit for him because
Yeah.
sometimes a lot of stuff is lost in translation, as you say.
Yeah. Huh. That makes things make a bit more sense. Because
It certainly explains, I mean, why so many people were confused. Because I feel like the vast majority of people, or not maybe a vast majority, that might just be me, an assumption, but a good, healthy amount of people seemed to be under a different impression for whatever reason, at whoever's fault or not that may have been.
Of course, it doesn't excuse everything, but
right. Because there's the other issues that have come up with the static and the noise.
some of them are worse than others.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw like the 30-second videos I put up just with phone audio.
I did not.
My
touch those.
copies are not as bad as others I have seen.
Mm-hmm.
I took 30 seconds from the original blue, the non-rejected yellow, and the red, same track, just 30 seconds recorded with my phone, and it's not that bad. But I have heard some that are really bad.
Yeah, it's not good when there's that much variance in quality.
No, definitely not.
And just with the shipping issues that have already been present from that label, like a lot of labels, if you get a bad copy, they will be happy to replace it with a better copy, but I wouldn't trust it with this label, just because there's so many shipping issues in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah, the greater problem was how many smaller problems compounded.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I think that was, kind of the biggest issue overall, is that there are so many points of reference for people's frustration that everyone ends up feeling totally justified, and it's hard to insert any logic into it. Like, well, like Duck Bits is saying, well, like he wasn't saying he actually fixed it perfectly, and if you told someone that and that was the only issue, it might be like, well, shit, that was kind of my bad for misunderstanding that.
Yeah.
But then it's everything else too, and the history and the shipping times, and it's like, well, I still don't really care that was that was a miscommunication, because it was still like
it just amounted to so much, and people just got so frustrated, and they waited, and they think they're getting gold, and they're getting an off-center piece of gold,
right.
filled with static.
God forbid you have anything to say about it anyways. Blocked and kicked.
I don't know if anything more can even be said that hasn't
Yeah.
already been said about
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
Wanker, like, so many
it's pretty
times.
recycled at this point.
Right.
Oh,
I
sorry,
really,
but it hasn't been said 8 times today.
yeah, I really appreciate you coming on short notice and being able to help explain that at least.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
but you know, usually with me, like I usually don't take too much sides in this.
No, yeah,
but
exactly.
I like playing like devil's advocate, but fair is fair, right? There's a lot of shit, but some of it is maybe misunderstood.
Right. And I'm sure a lot of people do appreciate that and get where that's coming from, at least now, because it wasn't too obvious to, I'd say, the majority of people. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and say thank you and get you guys on back into the waiting
Ooh.
room.
Can
I had
say one thing?
I did want to touch on the repress question, the repress thing, like not for records or anything, but for the reselling. Like another reason that I could foresee some labels saying, "Oh, I'm going to repress it," is to like curb secondary market costs, because only to compare that to like I would with my pin stuff. I found out people were reselling my pins on Mercari for like $50
Oh.
when they're pins that I tell people that I'm always going to be restocking just because I have the molds, people want them, and I'll make some more. Like it's a much smaller scale thing than running secret
Right.
like labels. And it's just something I wanted, there's a lot of people I talk to directly, like, oh, it's just a little pin, I like having a little bit of flair. It's not a whole record you have to do this whole big thing for. So I have stuff at open order to help combat resellers. And when I hear labels doing represses just for the sake of doing represses and then they're not fixing anything, like that's a very sus, like, okay, you're just doing that to make a little bit more on the side, like, well, not on the side, but making more straight up. Like,
I
there's,
believe I think that was sort of the original like broadcast purpose, was due to like high resale values.
Yeah.
They were trying to be quelled, but it's funny the effect that it had. It was probably almost entirely tanking the resale value of any of them.
Just
Yeah,
one
almost
thing before
the-
I head off, guys. Subscribe to Sticker Club.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Sure.
Say that one more time.
Everyone, check out the Discord. Subscribe to Sticker Club.
You have until midnight to subscribe to the Sticker Club and to be on next month's batch of stickers.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Tucker.
Do yourself a favor. Get in there.
There's some
except for a good
juicy,
cause.
juicy stickers. Yes, for a good cause. Check
And I
them
think
out.
you also have till midnight to donate to the Banana Thunder GoFundMe.
For the John Anderson
Oh
voice
yeah,
reveal.
donate to
John
fucking
Anderson
yeah.
voice reveal. Make it
Very,
happen.
very close.
So please check those out. Put your donations in. Get some stickers. They're hot as hell. So check them out.
Mm.
Both Banana
Yeah, especially
Thunder and Datuk.
and especially next month's theme is just wild.
Yeah.
Oh my
what a theme.
god, it's
Alex and Quietly, thank you for having me. I love you guys. Bye.
Thank you, Joey. So we got 12 more minutes.
so I have a good segue into one topic to the other. I'm always curious about this because there are obviously issues with some record labels, and I have a question. Is like, what is the etiquette on like? There are some record labels that have forever embargoes, and like, what if someone is like, what if some of those records are shitty? Like, how do you get the word out on that?
I guess there wouldn't be many people to have to talk to because it would all be in the group. My
Yeah.
guess is comments would probably show up, and then the comments would snowball, similar to what happened here.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, Oofy, did you get a mic? I'll bring you in for this question.
No.
Okay, no.
You've been duped.
I'm always being duped. That is. I
don't
guess.
know.
Go ahead.
Because
Just such an interesting theoretical in this. Like, I mean, I don't know. I don't To my knowledge, that hasn't really happened before. But I assume, I feel like, where there's that much privacy sort of being installed in a group mentality for these boots, I feel like there's usually pretty good accountability amongst people involved in the projects that, I don't know, it doesn't seem like it's something that's like needed to be preached yet.
Okay. I mean, I think we were also going to talk about embargoes as well. So I think in a way, like, embargoes do really increase accountability. Like when people follow them, you can tell, and when people don't, like, we can tell they're bad actors and like nix them from the groups, you know? But that embargo drop is always
It's always a lot to
it's
deal
always
with.
overwhelming on main. Yes.
Yes. The one that I always think back to is the Super Metroid that happened this year.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like everyone was posting that at the same time. Similar to the new Breath of the Wild. But that it was just so much. Everything happens so much when these embargoes drop.
It's always fun seeing people you never see in the community commenting. It's like, oh, I missed another one. It's like, I don't think I've ever seen her name before.
There's the problem, my friend. You just gotta be friendly. You just gotta talk. Join our Discord.
Yes. I think the embargo drop, like they're like, I get people love sharing their records and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun, but like the embargo drops are like, I feel like they can be pretty bad, and like they really artificially inflate the value of a record for like a 2-week period.
Yeah, it's just a huge hype train that happens, and
probably the best chance to get it if you missed it is like in that 2-week period,
because that's when they'll be definitely moving, because the people that are moving them are gonna want to get rid of them.
Right. Yeah, it's kind of a vicious cycle there.
Yeah. I'd say, like, the ideal way for an embargo drop is one of the big showcasers putting it up or showing it, and it's like you come to expect that, how to expect it, and that's
Ray Gunt was one of the probably greatest ever.
the more
The
fun
salt,
one, and salt.
Salt inducing. that was a good time.
I'd like to bring in someone from our waiting room. Hey, Kyle, can you hear me? Are you in here? New Tame?
The fans say to bring Oofy in again.
There's Oofy. He's not gonna say anything. I'm gonna put Kyle back into the waiting room. He might be asleep. You know how dads are.
Yeah.
Too much Cherry Garcia.
Anyone who's in the waiting room right now, just at me. If you've been in, like, if you've witnessed the embargo drop, but you hadn't gotten the record firsthand, so it's like all surprise
that's like
to you.
A lot of people right now with that.
Yeah.
Zelda.
Well, whoever wants to talk though,
Yeah.
about it, because like that's a whirlwind of emotion. I bet.
I brought Kyle back just to feel better. You can ignore him. He's just here.
Final Fantasy today.
Oh yeah.
And slid right under the radar with all the drama going on.
Right. That thing.
I haven't
really
even
good.
seen a picture of the Final Fantasy. I've just seen a lot of people like posting, asking for it in Vinyl Market. I was like,
yeah.
Okay, something happened today, but I haven't seen a single thing.
Kyle's fine in his recliner. Everyone chill out. He's in there with us. Yeah, Super Metroid hit hard.
Mhm.
To Metal Leg.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was mine personally. But you all know that. Yeah, let's bring in someone about Zelda. Well, you've probably seen one of these DMs. Bring in someone that felt personally affected and hit by one of these embargoes.
All right, Jake wants to be thrown in.
Bring that boy back then. Okay.
Throw me in, coach.
We're doing rapid fire, so I can get someone else in here as well.
Okay. Yeah, no, that last Breath of the Wild, so definitely not in that group. But it was honestly a little funny. Because it's like I'm not trying to complete the whole set. I definitely want it. Definitely trying to get the ones of that series that I want. But I could have sworn literally like that morning and like the day before, it's people posting like all of theirs, and they're like,
complete
"It's
set.
just so nice to complete the set." Like, oh man, so great to
Yeah.
complete the set. And then
Like
that
8 hours
drops.
before.
Yeah.
Literally 8 hours. And then that drops, and you see people go from like, I'm so happy, like so thankful, to please scalp me, daddy. Scalp me. Like, I don't give a shit.
I will pay too much money for this.
Yeah, like imagine put a number in your head and then triple it. I'll pay that.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my god.
People were getting crazy.
Yeah, but it's funny because then you see the people like commenting on the joke and like, haha, that's so funny. And then like in parentheses, but me too.
Yeah.
Seriously, hit me up. Like DM me. They're open.
Good old piggybacking.
Yeah, right. Oh man, but I was crazy. I was not expecting, one last hoorah. And then you have Tony Mora's art. He's doing these which look like covers, like like they're the parody of the Mario Kart 8,
yeah.
But in like the Breath of the Wild, he's like one last record to find, and then there's another one that's like found in the main menu, and you see people in the comments like at this point they don't even know what's real and what's fake, and they're all just they post in there and they're like, haha, man, this is so cool. I wish I could have one ISO, but it's like it's literally just a meme. And so it's crazy how much like just like one curveball can just like spiral everything, But it's fun. It's fun to watch.
Yeah.
I like that you bring up the parody covers, because like why?
Yeah, it's a parody
why is
of
the parody
his own
cover
art.
the standard? Why is parody cover the standard of VGM art because of Moonshake?
Because of Moonshake.
But like, wouldn't people just want to differentiate themselves from doing parody art? What do you guys think of that? What do you guys? Is enough? Like after I saw Wind Waker Nevermind, I was like, God damn it! I never want to see another fucking parody cover ever again.
So
I love parody covers, so that's me. But I totally get come up with something different. So I understand you completely with that.
I would still rather have parody covers than just using original assets.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
That's
I like when you make something unique, like the papercraft for Kirby's Adventure. Like that is a wholly unique.
That was incredible. That was one of my favorites of the year.
Daytona was a good parody
that
cover.
One's cool, and Donkey Kong Country 2, they did like the clay reproduction or whatever of the sprites.
Yep.
That was super fucking cool.
Yeah. Thank you, Jake. I'm gonna
you gotta
get
love
someone
different
else in
shit.
here.
You gotta have boot soul.
Yeah.
I always talk about this. Your cover's gotta have fucking boot soul.
Let's get Cody. Cody, you're in here now.
Cody, you have a microphone.
Oh my god. Are you sweating? Are you ready? The sponsors. I don't. Hey, Cody? Oh, no, wait. We had this problem before.
Oh, no.
Cody, please. He's sleeping with
Does
new
it-
tape.
hey.
There you are.
Hello?
Yeah. What do you think of parody covers?
Sorry, Discord. This time they told me I had to fucking click push to click. Anyway, what's up?
What do you think
Hey.
of parody covers and embargoes? You got 4 seconds.
Okay. Well, they're things for sure. They do help. You know, I was trying to think of the last thing Jake was talking about, the last embargo that like dropped and made you freak out, and I think that was Ring Fit because I could not believe
Yeah.
that.
That was such a
In
weird
all
drop.
possible worlds.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Other than that, I guess yeah. Initially too, like when you kind of first get into the scene, it's a lot of like not
That's
sticker
constant.
stuff.
Yeah.
Just a lot of wild stuff. No, I don't have any other 4-second thoughts. Sorry.
Okay.
That's
Parody covers, yay or nay?
Oh yeah, parody covers. I think they're good when they are appropriate. I like them in like tongue-in-cheek ways, or just like if it fits the source material, like the parody itself, or
Yeah.
just like something you can kind of go with. Like I think the majority of the Moonshake covers are pretty dope in terms of like what they're going for. I guess the Castlevania one's all right.
Yeah.
Not to if you love that one, I'm sorry, but it's fine.
It's okay.
But, yeah, but I think there are other ones that like I don't know. They're just like the covers that you can like keep going back to and looking at and just kind of like smirk or like smile back at, just like haha, that was good.
Next 3-second thought, piggybacking off
Okay.
that. What's your favorite cover? Like jacket
favorite cover. Okay. Favorite jacket cover. That's really tough because I really like them all.
I know. There's a lot of good ones.
This sucks. I like Metroid X. Metroid X, my
Awesome.
favorite
That's a
cover.
great one.
Which
He's
one?
gone. He Metroid X. We got to move on.
Oh, yeah.
Dad's awake. Kyle.
Kyle, what do you think
Don't
about
lie
parody
to me.
covers?
Are you here?
Whoa.
Hey, he's up. He
What's
woke up. What's an embargo that upset you? If any. We're over time. I'm stretching and I'm trying to bring you in.
Wind Waker.
Okay, what? No. Do you like parody covers?
Not really.
Okay, that's
So you-
legit.
So you would be opposed to a Qbert parody cover for a Qbert album of Houses of the Holy by Led Zeppelin?
I'm not opposed to anything. I'm just saying.
It's not
I'm
your
not
thing.
really a fan. It's not really
Okay.
my thing.
What's your favorite jacket cover?
My favorite jacket cover is probably like official is probably Fury,
That is a
and
cool one.
unofficial Mario Kart 8.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you, Kyle. That was great to
Thank you.
hear from you. And you woke up off the recliner. It's just, we love having you all in here.
Yeah.
Thank you all for
I guess-
joining us tonight.
Yeah, thank you
Yeah.
so much.
What were you saying, Alex?
Oh, I was gonna say we need to bring in our sponsor.
Yes. Before we end, Train, so can you you can't
That
do
was-
this to me. You can't do this. Kramer's gonna. The stocks are down.
Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
hello. Please.
Hi there, folks. We just wanted to give a quick shout out to our sponsor for this week, Kramer. You press the record, we do the flex. For a limited time and only for our viewers, you can not only get 100, but 200 pictures of your boots taken and posted on Facebook Main. For more information, call Kramer at 1-800-420-6969.
Thank you so much.
What a
And,
wonderful.
Big thank you.
Yes,
Big
thank
to our
you.
sponsor.
Couldn't do this without Kramer's help. Stocks are back up. Thank you all for joining us tonight. Anyone have closing thoughts?
Oh God, what's next week gonna be like?
Yep.